Please be quick. Oh. Wait for a moment, please. All right, then. Oh, hi. All right, let's.
You can ask. Do you think this is low? Is this low?
Should be comfortable or should we get a different chair?
I don't know if you have any.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why I thought.
Yeah, you can sit.
Yes, yeah.
Right. With a very calm mind, please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Right. So, good evening to everyone, both in person and online meditators. So, today too, we are going to practice the noble technique of meditation. So, we were practicing up to now breathing meditation. So, we were practicing the first step of breathing meditation. And have you practiced the breathing meditation earlier?
No, it's all new.
Oh, right. Yes.
So I'm watching and listening tonight.
Yes. Okay. I'll help you. So we practice the first step of breathing meditation, second step of breathing meditation, and third step of breathing meditation. and breathing meditation ends today for all students. But for the new students, I'll continue to teach. I'll continue to teach them from the beginning separately. But in the public teachings, we will give more importance to the Vipassana meditation. So, as I always mention, so breathing meditation's objective is to develop the concentration of mind, to make the mind, we try to make the mind more peaceful, more calm, more comfortable, and more quiet. And that is the objective of breathing meditation, practicing breathing meditation. And then using that very calmness, using that very concentration, we start to practice Vipassana meditation. Now you are going to go for a journey. So when you are going to go for a long journey, what you do is, first of all, but you can't just go as you like, right? You have to pack your bags. You have to find some suitable dresses, and then after that some shoes and such kind of things, and food. You can't survive without food. You have to have food. So so you pack your bags, and then you start your journey. So now you are going to start the journey. During the breathing meditation time, you are packing your bags. You are getting ready to go. And during the Vipassana meditation time, you are going to go for a journey, long journey. The other people, they go on trips outside. So both of you, Ajit and Sahana, they went for a long journey, right? That's physical journey. So this is a journey that you have never gone. Very rarely people go these kinds of journeys. This is a rare journey that you go through your own self, inside you. So this is called Vipassana journey. When you practice Vipassana meditation, you go for a journey inside you. You gradually, you start to realize who you are. And you start to realize about the truths that are related to you. And you understand about your own viewpoints. You yourself understand about your own negativities. So when you go through a forest, you meet various kinds of animals. You meet reptiles, you meet animals with four legs, and then you see various kinds of birds and various kinds of insects. You see all of them. Just like that, when you start the journey of Vipassana, you start to see, right? You start to see various kinds of negativities, small negativities, medium-sized negativities, and huge negativities inside you. And you will encounter them, and you will recognize them. And you will understand that because of your ignorance, those negativities have come up. So whenever you understand about the nature, the realities related to yourself, you realize they go away. They go away. So as an example, at the beginning you will think. So in general life, when you get angry, you think that the other people are the responsible people for your anger. Sometimes you give 100% reason for the other people, or 100%. I am angry because of that person. But gradually you start to realize that yes, there is some part of my responsibility is there too. So then finally you start to realize that 100% of responsibility about your anger relies inside you. Whatever it happens. So you are the one who created the anger. No, so things rise and pass away outside. You are the one who called it as mine and who created the anger. So whenever you start to, then you start to let go the outside reasons. You start to see the world with an equanimous mind, with a balanced mind. So you let the river flow, and you always keep your inside, whatever it happens outside, you keep your inside peaceful. Then this is one thing. There are so many other things that you will encounter. I don't say that you will become enlightened within 1 year, within 6 months, but let's try to come out of as much as negativity that we can, because it's good for us. First of all, it's good for us. Then it's good for the other people. As I always mention, time is very limited. Time is very limited. So when you realize certain things, you may be very late. Have you heard of Emperor Alexander? Alexander, so King Alexander, we call him Emperor Alexander, who lived in Greece. He is the one. So he is the one who had the biggest empire in the world. Alexander. He lived in Greece. So he gradually, captured land by land and came to India. Finally, when he reached India, so he heard that somewhere close to Himalayas, there is an old Buddhist monk who is living for more than 100 years. So he wanted to see this monk. So he went to see this precious Bhante. Bhante means Buddhist monk. That means spiritual friend in ancient language. So that is the general term that we use to address Buddhist monks. So he went to see him. When he went to see him, what happened? So he had a good conversation with this Bhante, and finally that Bhante said, after to end the conversation, that Bhante said, even though you win thousands of countries, until you win yourself, you still not a winner. Until you win yourself, you tame yourself, you are not a winner. Even though you win thousands of lands. That is the reality. That is the time King Alexander, Emperor Alexander, understood the reality. Then he decided that he is not going to wage war against the other countries anymore, because he had a vast empire to already. He had a vast empire to rule. So and he understood the uselessness of capturing more lands after that conversation. So, but unfortunately, what happened? He got a sudden sickness, fatal sickness. He wanted to see his mother, but he understood that time is not enough to reach Greece. He's going to die. So finally, he spent a lot of his remaining time to think about Dhamma. And at the end, before his death, he asked all the ministers to come and give them 3 advices. how to do his funeral rites. Number one that he said, they was a little bit peculiar. He said the first thing that he said was to carry his dead body over the shoulders of, on the shoulders of the doctors. Doctors to carry his coffin. Number one. Number two, so both his hands, they should be outside, and people should be, they should be visible to the people, public. And number three, he told that then all the money and the gems that he collected, they should be sprinkled. That means they should be thrown on the way that his coffin goes. Then the ministers asked, why are you doing such kind of peculiar things? Then the king said, I want to teach three things to the people. So number one, even the best doctors in the world cannot save you from the death. It is bound to come. Even though how much powerful you are bound to pass on. Number two, that's why the doctors should carry me. They are the best doctors in the world, but still they couldn't heal me. Number two, even though I am King and Emperor Alexander, when I pass away, I go empty-handed. Even though I have many countries under my belt, under my rule, I don't bring any of them. I go with nothing. That is the truth. So people need to understand this. So number three, that's why my empty hand should be visible to the public. Number three, even though how much King Alexander collected, he left him and went away. So we spend a lot of our time to collect this valuable thing, that valuable thing, properties, car, money and this and that, and fame, power, right? But finally, they leave all those things beside and go. So he wanted to teach that to the public. So finally he said, I want the public to know time is passing very fast. So we have a limited time, and we should give as much as time to practice noble dharma, understand noble dharma. So through this journey, what you will do is you will go for a journey inside, and you will realize who you actually are. Right? So now, today too, we are not wasting time. We are going to make the best use of this valuable time. We are going to practice meditation. So, give your entire strength. Please give your entire strength and work very ardently for your betterment first, and for the betterment of the others next. So now, everyone, please calm down. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, if you can, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm, and please relax. Let your whole body to relax. If you are practicing, if you are an old student, please practice the third step of breathing meditation. If you are a new student, I'll explain you the first step of breathing meditation. So according to the level that you are in, please practice accordingly. First of all, I'll pay gratitude to the Buddha, and then we are going to start today's meditation. Please calm down and concentrate. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sugato lokavino anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satādeva manusānaṁ buddho bhagavati swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangnittingo akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko paccatang veditammo vinyuhiti supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho unyupadipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samiti patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggala Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pamuniyo Dakiniyo Anjali Karaniyo Anutterang Punyakhitam Lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with a very alert, very attentive mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are practicing the third step of breathing meditation, please start to do so. Keep on observing the sensations that arise and pass away within the small triangular area below the nostrils and above the upper lip. The new students, please start practicing the first step of breathing meditation. When the breath is coming in through your nostrils, be completely aware. Be completely aware that the breath is coming through your nostrils. When it is coming in, be aware that the breath is coming in. When the breath is going out, be aware fully that it is going out. If the breath is soft, if the breath is gross, if the breath is long, if the breath is short, be aware accordingly. And if the breath comes through your right nostril, be aware that it is coming through your right nostril. If the breath is coming through your left nostril, be aware that it is coming through my left nostril. If it is coming through your both the nostrils, be aware that your breath is coming in and going out through your both the nostrils. Keep on being aware. Work very attentively. Develop inner peace, inner happiness. May your meditation be very successful. Please start your meditation right now. Now, the new meditators, they can change their posture. If you like, if your legs are painful, you can ease your legs. But the old students, they are asked to continue with the same posture, and both of you, so all the meditators are asked to stay the eyes closed, keep the eyes closed. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Calm down, relax yourself, and let's share our loving kindness. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Very peaceful. Spread loving kindness towards yourself first. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards our parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. May our parents, may my mom and dad, and teachers, relatives, and friends be well. Be happy. Be peaceful. Be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards them too. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards the people who are neutral, who are not our parents, not our relatives or friends, at the same time who are not our enemies, the people who are in the middle. May all the neutral people, the people who are in the middle, be well, be happy, be peaceful, be very peaceful. Please spread loving kindness towards them. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies. We all have negativities. Because of those negativities, we do negative actions sometimes. So please forgive for the negative actions that the other people did, and ask mentally forgiveness for the negative actions that you did towards the other people. Please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. Be very peaceful. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the whole universe. From the smallest being to the biggest being in size. And at the same time, from the weakest being to the strongest being. So, from the ugliest being to the most beautiful one, without any discrimination, with a balanced mind, spread your entire loving kindness. Give your loving kindness to everyone. Share your loving kindness with everyone equally. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards all the beings. All the beings. Now everyone, very calmly, please open your eyes. Please open your eyes. You can relax yourself. If you want to relax your legs, you can relax your legs. Now please join your palms together with a very peaceful mind. Please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, so first of all, I would like to apologize the only online meditators who are joining online. Sometimes we had a Wi-Fi problem here. So I use my data. Sometimes maybe sound quality and interruptions may be there. Sound quality problems and interruptions may be there. I apologize. So, but still think positive. At least you could participate in this way in the meditation. That is also great. So today is the question and answer day. After every 5-6 weeks, I give you an opportunity to ask your questions and get the answers. That means so to succeed in the meditation technique, you need to have a better understanding about what you are doing. If you don't know about the technique well, if your informations are not enough, then you can't practice well too. So once a young man came to see the Buddha. So actually he was a trader. He was not from Magadha, kingdom Magadha. At that time, Buddha was in Magadha kingdom. So he was from somewhere else. So one day in the evening he came and met the Buddha. He talked to the Buddha, and then he told the Buddha, "Sir, I am coming to this evening meditation and Dhamma teaching session every day, but I can see there are so many people who come at the beginning with the hanging faces. That means with sad looks, with a lot of negativity, with a lot of stress, and so many things. But I see after several weeks they change. Sometimes after several months they change. I can see that there is a big change in them. They have totally changed to the positive side, and I can understand that they have reached some kind of understanding about life, and they have gained some sort of great happiness and great peace. But among them, there are people like me. There are people like me who come every evening, but I don't see any improvement. So why is that? Then Buddha smiled and told, young man, I think you are not from this area. Then that young man said, yes, sir. How could you know that? I'm not from this area. I am from Kushinagar. Nowadays that area is called Kushinagar. From that area. I come here to do business. And whenever I come, I stay here for 7 months. And on those months, I come here to listen to the Dhamma, your teachings, and practice meditation. So then the Buddha said, so there may be people who want to go to your area, for business related things, or just to visit that area. There may be people those who want to go there, and since they know that you know the road to go to Kushinagar, so they contact you to ask for the road. ask for the directions. So then that young man said, yes, sir. They come and ask me. Then do you keep as a secret or do you tell them? What secret? There is nothing to hide. I just tell everything as I know. Then Buddha asked, do everyone that those who ask, those who gain the details, go to Kushinagar well, or sometimes they get lost on the way? No, sir. There are some people who reach Kushinagar following the very same roadmap that I give. But there are some other people on the way who don't, who become become so much so stressed. So about the map that I give, about the description that I give, they are from this person and that person. Then there are some people who misunderstand and they tell about various other roads. Then sometimes they go here and there and they get lost sometimes. Finally, they reach Kushinagar after so many days. Then Buddha, so some of them, they can't make it. Then Buddha said, I am also just like a person who tell you a path, right? I am teaching you the path to real happiness and real peace. It is up to you to understand it and practice. See, those people who have changed, they didn't change because of some kind of magic. They changed because of their ardent practice. They listened well, they understood well, then they practiced well. So they rate the current stage, the stage where there is real peace, the stage where there is real happiness. And those who don't practice, don't understand well, and don't practice well, they are not going to reach there. They will stay the same. They will stay the same. They will have slow progress. Then that person understood. He practiced. Not only he listened anymore, he understood. He tried to understand. He understood and he practiced well. Finally, he also became one of those people who had a lot of great smiles and a lot of happiness and a lot of peace. So that is the way. That is the way. So so we do this question and answer session because you need to have a better understanding about the technique, the way that you go. So you are so fortunate people, so wise people, you ardently practice. I really appreciate. But very important, we need to understand what we are doing too, about thing that we are doing. So if you know, if you do have a good clarification, good understanding, you will work yourself well, right? So that's why we do it. Today too, we are going to give you some time for questions and answers. You can ask questions, right? So first of all, I want to ask a question. So do you feel the sensations well now? Arji?
As in when I'm breathing in?
Yeah, I mean, within this area, do you feel the sensations well now?
Not very well, to be honest. I'm I'm able to meditate, I'm able to sit still, but I'm just lost in my thoughts most of the time.
Oh, right.
So I start the way that you have showed us and the way that you told us. I try to concentrate on my breath when it's coming in, but within a few more minutes, even before I realize I'm out. I'm thinking about different things and different thoughts. But the improvement that I see is that over a period of time, I'm able to sit still. So I have like these thousands of thoughts coming in my head, but I'm able to like, okay, I'm not going to, I'm just going to observe them and I'm not going to like go deep into it.
But the returning time is faster, right?
Yeah. So I'm able to kind of like not go too deep and just like observe the thoughts rather than get too engrossed in them.
Oh, right.
But in terms of I'm not able to like just focus on the sensations for too long.
Oh, right. But, yeah, it doesn't happen at once because you are new. So gradually, you will be able to feel it well. So here too, just like in day-to-day life, effort is needed. So those 4 friends are very important. Will and strong mind, and then effort, and so inquisitiveness, that means knowledge about the technique. So those 4 friends are very, very important. So so whenever the mind roams away, bring it back, keep it there. So again, if it goes, don't get disappointed. Bring it back again, because if you get disappointed, then if you think, oh, it went away again. So if you think like that, then you are not going to progress. So you are going to spend more time to be remorseful. So right away, start again. So gradually, what will happen is, again, the roaming time will get limited gradually, and you will be able to focus more on the sensations within that small triangle area. You will improve. You have improved a lot, Arjit. I'm really proud and happy to see that.
Thank you.
Yes. Sanjana?
For me, I feel a tingling sensation. That's like what I can sense. But the thing is, even for me, my thoughts, like suddenly I'll kind of start thinking something. But as soon as I recognize that my thought is not on my like point, I bring it back. So I do that, and I'm able to sit still, but the thing is, like my knee hurts, so it's like
Oh, that's fine. If you have a knee problem or something like that, you can change.
Okay.
No worries. As much as you can sit down, please sit. If you have a knee problem, then you can change.
Okay.
No worries. So the same advice that I can give you. So what you need to do is bring it back. Gradually cut the time of roaming out. So gradually, the more you bring it back, it'll get settled here more and more. And then less time it'll go out, much time it'll stay here. And then gradually you will be able to observe your sensations, right? So next week we are going to start Vipassana. So very important week. Please practice more this week. So Mrs. Geraldine, how is your practice today?
It was good. It was very good. I love the wisdom. The teaching is very good. It's long for me.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
I am new and a long time. But I know I have so much to learn. It's like a mountain I have to climb.
Yeah, gradually. So
how will I begin with some books or?
Oh,
teaching?
yes, I'll give you some details later on. After the session,
Yes.
I'll help you some.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I want to continue.
Yes, please.
Very much.
I'm glad that you kept the first step.
Oh,
First step is very important, and the continuation is more important than that.
yes, I live so close,
All right.
just over at the valley. And I've been interested in Buddhism for a long time. And when I found it, he's right next door to me. So I became.
Very nice. Very nice. I'll help you. Right. Let me ask other friends. Mrs. Diane, how about you?
Thank you, Bhante. Definitely, I can feel sensation here. And I've been practicing diligently. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, very nice.
And-
Very nice.
and
I'm
I
so
think-
glad.
And I think it's important, to just relax into the spaciousness of being and notice the stillness of the body and notice the silence of the speech. And I don't really have any questions, but sometimes I start falling asleep. And I know there's something where you can look up, I'll look up, like some teachers say, well, look up and then you'll be awake again.
All
But-
right. So, Miss Diane, for that, the best thing that you can do is be aware about your posture. So, when you keep your back straight, be aware. Whenever it goes, it gets loose, please reshape it. Please reshape your posture and bring it, keep it straight again, because it helps you to keep your whole body. It helps you to be aware about your whole body, and at the same time, it helps you to keep your mind alert. So please be, while being aware about the sensations within the triangle area, please be aware about your back too. And that will help you.
So one more thing.
Yes,
don't-
Mrs. Dan?
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to practice the Dharma and get these wonderful teachings. I don't think I'm supposed to go to some other place. Like some people think like there's all these phases of, deepness and all of this. And I just think the most important thing, you let me know, sir, if I'm on the right track here, is just to be with what is. And so,
Yes.
Noticing the thought, noticing how I'm hurting myself with negative self-speech, and just noticing it itch, noticing sound, and just being with what is. I don't really, maybe for me, sometimes you hear about like, and then you go into this state and it's like,
Yeah,
all
that's
these
true.
magical things. And it's like, I don't think that's possible. And that's not my goal.
Yeah, that's true. The most important thing is being aware about yourself. So whatever you hear, so being with the present moment, whatever you see, whenever you see that, you have to be aware that you are seeing. When you are hearing something, you have to be aware that you are hearing, And then when you are tasting something at that time, you have to be aware that you are tasting. And then when you smell something, you have to be aware that you are smelling. And when you touch something, when you feel the touch of something, you have to be aware that you are touching. You have to constantly be aware about the five, the experiences of your five senses. That's what is the awareness. So that's what will help you to be aware from moment to moment. So that will help you too. So please practice like that, Mrs. Diane. There is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because it seems like the most important thing is to be aware and to know, what the psyche is causing karmically conditioned thought. So if I feel like a negative, like, oh, I did this wrong, or hating myself, or feeling bad, or, just going, oh, look, that's happening, instead of identifying it and going, oh, woe is me. So, oh, look, it's unhappy. you're unhappy. You know what I mean? Anyway, just being aware of the mind and the little processes and, this happened, so now I'm unhappy. Who's unhappy? What's that feeling? And then it's like just smoke comes up, noticing the smoke, and then the smoke goes away. Not
Yes,
trying to
very
make
true.
it go away, but that just seems like the whole point of living a life where I'm in the truth instead of what my mind's manufacturing.
Very true. Very
That's
true,
really
Mr. Dan. So then right. Thank you so much for those great suggestions for all the meditators. That's so nice that you came up with those things, so they could know something new. Very nice.
okay. Yeah, sorry, that
And
was my questions, but thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Bhanu, how about you?
Yeah, Bante. Yeah, it is very good, Bante. I can sense the sensations and I'm able to concentrate on breath in, breath out, actually. Yeah, it's good for me, actually. Yeah, thank you
Oh,
so much.
very nice. Do you have any question, Mr. Bhanu?
No, Bante. For today, no question, actually.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
How about Jaime? How about your sensations, Jaime?
Bante, thank you. I realized that for me,
Yes.
it gets easier step 3 than step
Yes.
1 and 2. The smaller this focus area for me, the less
Yes.
my mind seems to wander. When it's a bigger area for me to focus on, my mind seems to wander more. But a smaller area, my mind stays more focused for a longer period of time before it starts to wander. Is that kind of normal, or is that the
Yeah.
way it's?
You know what? When I began this meditation technique, when I started to practice this very same meditation technique, I felt the very same thinking. I thought the same. So the more bigger the area, the mind wanders, and the smaller the area, the mind doesn't wander. Yeah, there is something fruit related to that, but here there are different objectives related to that. So uh, so in the first practice, so you need that to make the mind shape, to make the mind shape. So to introduce mind for the concentration. So that is important too. And at the same time, a beginner cannot at once observe a small area. I know Jaime, he's an experienced meditator too, and one of my old students. So so experienced meditators, it is fine for them. So small areas work better for them because they know the technique, they can do it. And since it is a small area, they have to give more effort, and then mind gets more concentrated since you apply more. And when you have a big area, what you think is, you think that it's a big area, you will be able to easily feel it. So you don't give much effort. That is the case. But whatever the objective it is, if you give enough efforts, you can feel it. And that is one of the so so whatever the area it is, we can concentrate. But since for small areas we give more effort, we feel it more. For the big area, since we don't give much effort, we don't feel it. We don't get enough concentration. So as we expect, that's
Thank
what
you,
happened,
Bante.
Jaime.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So all 3 steps are important. But there is some. He reminded me one of my old old thoughts too when I was a young monk. Right. So, Pragati, how about you?
Okay, so I really enjoy practicing Anapana because, as Jaime mentioned, the focus area is smaller and it's very simple. So
Yes.
I feel I'm more focused, more at peace, and I become more patient while practicing Anapana.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's normal.
yeah,
You are also one of the old students, and for all students, this is something common.
yeah,
This is something some of the common things that they feel, because we give more, as I mentioned, we give when the area is small, we give more effort. When the area is big, since we are experienced, we think, oh, it's a big area, we can feel it easy.
yeah,
So since no much effort, since the effort is loose, the concentration, we don't get enough concentration. That's what happens.
yeah. There are times
Right.
when I'm just not aware that, like, if I'm at peace or at a void state, I feel that I automatically go into Anapana state. I can feel the sensations that I feel while practicing Anapana. When I'm in a very good state of mind, I feel it automatically coming through.
Oh,
So I
very nice.
feel that. But I won't deny that when I'm in a stressful state, practicing Anapana becomes tougher. And I feel that I need to consistently practice it to get better. That will really help me.
Yes.
I will for Vipassana is something that I need to practice more, but that's something I need to work on. But I really enjoy practicing Anapana. Yeah.
Yes, very nice, Ms. Pragati. So when you are at tension and if you are stressful, I taught all of you the walking meditation, right? I think you remember last week. You can use that walking meditation technique.
Okay.
So it can help you a lot.
Okay.
So whenever you feel stressful and if you feel so much angry, then at such times, just get away from the crowd and go to a place which is which is somewhat away from them, and start walking consciously,
Okay.
back and forth, being aware about your legs. Gradually, it'll help to get rid of your bad emotions. So, is there anything else, Mrs. Pragati?
When you say walking consciously, do we need to focus on the breath as well while walking?
No,
No.
not the breath.
Okay.
Just the movement of your legs.
Okay.
Yes. When you move your right leg forward, you be aware that you're moving your right leg forward. And when you're moving your left leg forward, be aware that you're moving your left leg forward. When you raise your leg, be aware. When you move your leg, be aware. When you keep your leg, be aware. So when you keep on being aware like that, what will happen is gradually your tension will go away and you will be able to focus well. Is Rahul there too?
Rahul is not here today. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your advice, Bante. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. I'm glad that you're practicing ardently. That's the greatest thing to see. Yes.
Thank you.
And then Jaime right. Yeah. So I think that's it. So now we are going to conclude. So please think today to all of us practice very well and accumulated a lot of good energy. Let's share this good energy with every one of us. Let's think about the people who are suffering in the world. Let's think about the departed people. Let's think about all divine beings and all the beings in the world. By the power of this positive energy, may no harm come to us. May all good things happen in our lives. May all of us be able to live comfortably, happily, peacefully. And practicing Dhammapada, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana Senisse Nichang Vada Pachainu Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukhang Balam Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagya Sampatti Mevache Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Saminjatu. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. 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 Sukhi Hotu. Good night to everyone. See you in the next week with Vipassana meditation techniques. Good night to everyone.
Good night. Thank you, Bhante.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Dan. Good night, Mr. Bhanu.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you.
And good night, Mr. Jaime. Buenos noches.
Buenas noches. Gracias.
Okay. Good night, Pragati.
Thank you, Vante. Good night.
Good night. Sukhi.